Today's guest is Arron Crascall.
I remember coming out of this blackout. It was red all around me. It was red everywhere. And I was like, oh my. And I remember looking down, I'd pissed myself. My missus, she kept saying, the devil's in you, devil, devil. In the morning, she come in the bedroom fucking flying at me, just going, why'd you keep doing this? And for the first, I remember this, I went, I don't know. And for the first time, I didn't know. It must have been so hard for him.
How grateful are you to be sober today, mate? Welcome back, everybody, to On The Mend. Matt Willis here. How you feeling? How you doing? Hope you're good.
Mate.
Arron Crascall, man.
Brother, honestly, legend. Amazing. We've been talking for years, man.
Yeah, man. We've been talking for a while.
Yeah, you helped me. You helped me a lot.
Mate, it's been
at the beginning.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I look back through the old messages, man, and I was just, mate, I was so buckled. And I remember leaving you a few messages like, yeah, I've stopped drinking now. I'm like 20 days sober. I think I've got this. I'm doing all right. Mate, I was just always reaching out to people for help, but I never went the full.
Can you help me?
Yeah.
I've seen you recently on a multitude of platforms sharing your story, right?
Yeah.
It's made me feel so happy to see you sharing this story of recovery because,
thank you,
mate, you've been there.
Oh, mate.
And you've been through it, man. And so to hear you on the other side talking about it, it really resonated with me. And thank you. For doing it, mate.
No
so
problem.
I think it's really important that
I have to help others. That's my main goal.
Yeah.
Now. I have to help others.
Yeah. When you look back at your career of drinking, right? Do you think it? When do you see like addiction kind of starting to come into play? Would you say you've always lived with it? Since
I've always
been
a problem. So I've had a lot of time now to think back of what happened. Right. So I've always now been a problem drinker.
Yeah.
Ever since I had that, when I first had that feeling of it changing the way I felt, when a few things got lifted off me, I was only 17.
Yeah.
And I remember being in that bar with these adults, because I was still a kid, felt like I was a kid. And I was so full of fear, and I was so full of this and full of that. I remember having that drink, and then a proper drink. It weren't just a little bit with my dad, or because I grew up in the pubs, do you know what I mean? I used to nick a bit of his drink. And I had that feeling. I had about 3 or 4 pints, and I had that feeling of, oh my God, I can talk to you.
Yeah.
I can chat to girls. I can be the laugh. I can do this. I felt alive, man. And I was like, wow, I found it.
Yeah.
I found, yes, this is
the
it.
answer to my
Thank God. I feel all right.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, everything was lifted off me in that second. And then that was it. I know from that moment, I've always been a problem, stealing, addiction-wise, always trying to change the way I felt with stuff, gambling, sex, spending, gym, diet, fad diets. I've always never been okay in my own skin.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever.
I heard you talking about from a really early age, you having a day off school when you were about 13.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that really pained me to hear that story because, I mean, I resonated a lot with it, that kind of feeling uncomfortable in your own skin.
Oh, mate.
And you were 13, right?
Yeah.
You took a day off school.
Yeah.
And what happened there?
Went to try and kill myself, yeah.
Fucking
Well,
hell,
the thought was there. I remember exactly what I was wearing. I remember going to the multi-storey car park. And it was the 90s, man. Bullying was cool, do you know what I mean? But it was to the point where I remember the fear and the dread. It wasn't even dread. It was like an overwhelming feeling of, I cannot do this anymore. Whether it was life, whether it was, I don't know what happened, but I remember that fear. I remember Dumb and Dumber being on the TV the night before in my house. I remember it being on the telly, and I remember that feeling of, I can't be here anymore. And it was the next day, that's when I took the day off school. But I remember that I'm being with my mum. I couldn't tell my mum and dad. My sister was only young. She's like 4 years younger than me. So she would have been no help. Do you know what I mean? She was only, 8 or 9 herself. Yeah. I remember just thinking, I can't be here anymore. This is just ridiculous. I hate this. I can't stand this.
Yeah.
And whatever this was, I don't know. But I remember going to that
being
story.
Bullied or?
Yeah, I was bullied, but I couldn't put it all down to them. I don't want to make them feel bad, but it was just the fact that I just couldn't. I don't know who I didn't know who I was. I was always that kid I was always the black sheep. If there was a group of kids, I'd try and fit in with them by being like them so they'd like me. If there was a group of geeks, I'd try and be a geek to fit in with them. If there was a group of cool kids, I was never okay by myself. I had to fit in. Nothing was ever enough. I had to fit in with people, and if they were a certain type of person, I would be that type of certain person them to like me.
And that's my life.
Yeah,
You
bro.
just explained my whole childhood.
There you go, man. That's me.
Yeah,
that was me.
That was so me.
Until it lifted off me.
Yeah.
And that feeling was so overwhelming. I knew I'd found my best mate.
Yeah.
And that was drink.
Yeah.
It wasn't even drugs then. I smoked a little bit of weed every now. I didn't like it. It made me feel funny. I didn't like it. So drink, wow. That feeling was just insane. Just normal. I felt normal. I was drinking to feel normal, and that was from the start. Wow. First in, last out. Always the most drunkest. Always the most in a rush. Always the most. The consequences started early.
Yeah. Where did they start? Where did the drinking start?
Oh, yeah. So when I was 17, it started. But it was fun. So basically, it was in 3 stages. It went from fun. Then in my 20s, 25, it went from fun with consequences. Yeah. And then in my 30s, it went just consequences.
Yeah.
So there's 3 stages to my drinking.
Yeah.
Fun with consequences. That is how I can explain it. And that is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But I could not stop it. Like in the last, I'd say 8 years, before I come in, so I'm 2 years and a bit now, but the last 8, oh mate, mental. I have to keep checking the app, see how much I am now, because people go, how long? I'm like, I don't know, because it's just normal knife flow, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, for the last 8 years, holy shit, bruv. Like, I look back on my stuff now online and it's a blur, man.
Yeah.
It's a blur to me. I've lost endless opportunities. I just let so many people down, let myself down. I didn't even know who I was. I couldn't even look in the mirror the last couple of years, bro.
Yeah.
The jumping off point would have been the last 6 years, like when I didn't want to be here, but I knew that I could just change the way I felt straight away.
Yeah.
I would be sitting here now. I'd have had 2 drinks in me.
Yeah.
I'd have got here early. I'd said to my missus that this was starting early. But this started at 11, so I could leave at 8.
Yeah.
Get here, sort myself out, have a couple, be Arron. Hey!
Yeah.
And then I knew straight away after this, I'm gone, mate. Like, I'll be out till tonight.
Absolutely.
Because you've invited me somewhere where you haven't.
Yeah.
You're not even with me. It was just flowing. I could flow it.
Yeah.
I was a genius.
Yeah,
I
man.
thought I was a genius. She knew.
Absolutely. She knew.
They
always
bro.
knew. Gambling's a bit of your story as well,
Absolutely, bro. And then I worked in the bookies.
Right? Fucking hell.
I went straight to the source.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, like, everything has always been overindulged.
Yeah.
When I've looked back, like, I can't stop. I put £1 in, I've got to go, and I win 500. I've got to go until there's £1,000 missing.
Yeah.
Like, I can't stop. Like, I gamble to lose as well. I've looked into that, and that's my buzz. I have to lose everything to feel all right.
Yeah.
It's the dopamine hits what you need.
Yeah.
I've looked into this massive. I look into this. I do a lot of research into what I am now.
Yeah.
And how I can help others and stuff. And the dopamine is the main attraction. So basically, with people like me and you, the dopamine comes in our heads and goes, yes, and then fucks off really quick.
Yeah.
But with my missus or anyone else sitting around here, when the dopamine comes in, it goes, oh, yay, this is amazing. And it stays around for a while. Then it fizzles out nicely. But we have to have that constant, yeah, it's gone. Yeah, I need it again. Yeah, we need that constantly.
Yeah.
And the dopamine is the gambling for me. It was like the buzz. Like it was like doing a fucking bump.
Yeah.
When I was gambling, it was strange. But gambling for me, I saw it was a problem and I left it.
Yeah.
So every now and again I might go on a fruit machine or I can walk away now.
Yeah.
But with the drink and the drugs, I couldn't.
So you went to. Oh, also, I don't think enough people know how much of a talented artist you are.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Unbelievable.
I'll get you a piece.
I'd love one, mate.
Yeah,
love one,
100%.
Mate, you're a really amazing, incredible artist, mate.
Thanks,
Incredible
mate.
artist. And you went to art school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like?
It was great, but that was where it all started.
Yeah.
That was where I felt like a grown up. When I went to art school, I couldn't wait to leave school because it was terrifying.
Yeah.
I was dreading life when I was at school. Every minute of every day was just impossible to live. But with art school, when I walked in there, I felt like a grown up straight away. Like you had Oasis playing, and like everyone was into it was like 98.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So everyone was into like the music and the fashion, and it was like being a grown up straight away. Do you know what I mean? But the fear was still there. I was trying to gain friends at the beginning in the first few weeks, and that's when we went to that pub. We went to a pub, it was like a club at the top. It was called Felson's at the time. Straight away, the consequences started to happen. So I started not going back in the afternoons because I'd like the taste of drink. I knew straight away I had a problem. But then the consequences started happening, and then the relationships started coming in. I found girlfriends and then they were a bit toxic, so it was causing a bit of shit, and and my work suffered. My concentration weren't very good. So art school was great. I learned to do what I did, but then I never took it seriously, and I dropped out anyway.
Yeah,
I could have had I could have gone to uni with it, and I didn't, because I was worthless. I was low self-esteem, and I was a piece of shit, and I was better off without this anyway. And it was always a downer. Everything was always downer until I drank.
Yeah.
And then everything was great. But I had no money. I had no job. So it was hard to drink when you had no stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I was getting little jobs in Chinese's, but I was stealing. So I was getting sack and working a job at a co-op, and I'd steal. So because I was trying to get as much money as I could to obviously use and gamble. And it was just, oh mate, it was just carnage from the start. I've never been all right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you think you always felt like that?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. It's only since getting into recovery I've found out who I am.
Yeah.
And I can look back now and think, oh wow, I needed help from the start, man.
Yeah.
I was a lost cause. My mind needed changing every day because I couldn't be Arron.
Yeah. I mean, I resonate so much with that story, and I think I hear that story so much in recovery, is that feeling of being uncomfortable in your own skin and not knowing how to deal with it or how to be yourself because you don't know who that person is.
So you've always had that problem?
I always had that person. I always thought I was a bit of a dick.
Yeah, same.
I always
gotcha.
I always felt like people didn't like me very much, or I was just trying to, unless I pretended to be something else.
There you go.
Or unless I had a drink. And
there you go.
And I had a drink, and I could talk to people, and people liked me. People wanted to invite me to places. I never got invited to stuff. People want to be there until they didn't. Until that started, so the consequences became bigger than the highs. I think a lot of people in recovery have a rock bottom.
Thank God for that rock bottom.
Yeah.
The week before I stopped drinking, I went for a family meal. It was the week before. It was the Sunday. I stopped on the Saturday the week after. So the Sunday come, went for a family meal, took them all out in the car. My mum was there, my in-laws were there, my brother-in-law, my bloody sister, my kids. And I remember having 2 pints of Guinness because I was trying to stop drinking for the last 3 years of me drinking. I was trying to stop drinking. Okay, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change my environments, change the pubs, change the drinks, change this. I was just trying everything, addiction therapy, addiction counselling, hypnotherapy. Nothing has ever worked because I've been running on self-will completely.
Yeah.
As soon as you're well enough to drink again, you're going to do it straight away. 2-3 days. And I remember sitting at this meal having 2 Guinness, thinking, right, Guinness ain't going to get me pissed. It's lager and gin, what's the problem? So I have 2 Guinnesses. And I remember drinking these Guinnesses, and it kind of went muffled. Everything in my ears went muffled, listening to them, and they were all no, talking like this. And I thought, I can't be with them anymore. And that's, every time I say this, it does me. It was so explosive, that feeling in my head of, oh shit, I can't be with my family anymore. It's all come to this moment where they've gotten in the way so much. I've gotten in their way so much. I'm worthless. They're better off without me. I'm going to give them everything, and I'm going to go off. And I remember looking at them all thinking, I can't be with them anymore. And that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But I remember getting in my car, having them all in my car, driving home. It was about a 20-minute drive. I remember dropping them off, and I went in my car. And I knew where I was going. I went straight to the White Horse pub. It's a Sunday afternoon, about 2:30. I remember sitting in the garden because I was always by myself. But by that time, I'd lost my friend. I didn't lose my friends. It had me on my own. I couldn't be with my mates anymore because they pissed me off. Because they weren't drinking like I did. They were just in the way.
I needed people to be able to...
mate, the worst
like
people.
Yeah.
So a year ago, I'd left them. So I've been on my own for a year drinking and getting into scrapes by myself.
Yeah.
No one judging me. Do you know what I mean? Just me.
Yeah.
So I remember sitting in the White Horse pub in the back garden, looking at my drink, fucking bawling. I had my green shirt on. I remember, because these moments were so real to me that I remember everything about it, where I was sitting, the trees, and I was sitting on my own in this garden. I remember looking at it thinking, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't stand this shit. I can't stand me like this, angry, crying, but I don't know how to go home. I don't know how to go to my wife and kids anymore.
Yeah.
I can't be that dad. I can't be that husband. I don't know how to be him. fucking, I just can't go. I can't do this anymore.
If this conversation resonates with you, please press follow. You're not alone.
Then I remember coming out of this blackout. From that moment, I don't know where I'd gone, but I come out of this blackout, and it was red all around me. It was red everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, where the fuck? And I remember looking down, I'd pissed myself. And there was a pint there, like a warm pint. I don't know this pint had been there. It's like 9:30. So I'd lost like 7 hours of, I don't know where I'd gone, what I'd done. I remember being in this pub toilet. It was Blake's. It was like an underground bar in Dover. There was no one there.
Yeah.
And I was in this mirror and I was trying to pour a drink down my leg to make it look like I poured a drink down myself. Because this side, this was all wet with piss. So I was trying to pour a drink down this leg to make it look like I just poured a drink on myself.
Yeah.
And I was looked in the mirror, I couldn't even recognise this bloke. And I was like, how is this normal? And I had a week off. I had a week off the drink because it scared me, thinking I'm going to leave my family. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sort myself, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah.
I had a week off. Then my car went in the garage on a Friday and it was November the 4th. And it was November the 4th, we watched fireworks at Leeds Castle. And I said to my missus, you've got to drive because I can't drive my car. My car's in the garage.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I was like, I had a week off this. Like, how can I possibly, how can anything be wrong? I can do a week. Like, but clearly I'm not an alcoholic. Like, so what I do, I have a few drinks with her dad tonight. Like all that last week had gone.
Gone. Yeah.
It tells you all the time it was never that bad.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, you're going to learn from this. Like, what we'd do, we'd just try this next time. So that's what I did. I went to the fireworks. Don't remember the fireworks. Obviously. And when I was drinking then, the last days of me, or weeks, I'd have this dry heave. So I'd have no drinks in me. This would be my first drink today. And I'd be like every time I had a sip.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but 4 drinks, it would go.
Yeah.
And people started noticing this, bro.
Really, mate. Yeah.
And her old man and that. And I remember having a few drinks with him. And then I remember she said to me now, because I don't remember this much. She said, we were hurtling down the motorway. It was raining. It was pitch black. My missus was crying. She hates driving in the rain and the darkness. I was trying to push the accelerator down, trying to get her home. Invited my mum and sister around because when I invited people, it meant I weren't drinking. I was allowed to drink then because they were with me.
Yeah.
It weren't a problem. But I remember blacking out at home. Everyone said my mum punched me in the face. I kicked my mum and my sister out of my house. My missus said she'd come in the bedroom. And I was stood in front of her and she said that it's the first time she didn't recognise me.
Yeah.
I had black, my eyes were black. And whatever she said, it was the devil. She kept saying, the devil was in you, devil. This is what she told me the next day. And when in the morning, she said to me, she come in the bedroom fucking flying at me, just go, why do you keep doing this? And for the first, I remember this, I went, I don't know. And for the first time, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had nothing left, Matt. I had no lies, I had no happiness, I had no sadness, I had no alibis, I had no questions, no answers. I was broke, I was gone. I had nothing in me. I had everything, the house, cars, money, nothing mattered anymore. Right, and she stormed out that room and I remember going, if there's anything in this world, kill me. Kill me now, just take me. I fucking can't do life anymore. I'm not going to kill myself, I'm too much of a fucking coward.
Yeah.
Take me, kill me. And I surrendered. I remember that moment I surrendered. I completely surrendered in myself. But nothing happened.
Yeah.
You know when they say that big lightning bolt hits you, God comes down.
Light. Yeah.
No way, nothing happened. Then,
too.
Sunday come, my mum had come round. I was trying to, it's like, I don't know what happened. I'm like, I'm gone. I'm broken, right? I'm shakes and all that. And then the Monday come, I went to pick up.
Yeah.
I went to pick up again. Oh, and this... Honestly, mate, I remember taking a step back, this feeling come over me, you ain't got to do this anymore. This voice in my head, this overwhelming feeling, you haven't got to do this anymore, but you need help. I remember taking a physical step back and this like a round feeling in my chest of warmth and like hope.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, bro. Like in the co-op, getting a bottle of gin. Yeah. Out of nowhere. And that was my high power moment. I now know what it is because I've been in the rooms. Like, they said to me that was rock bottom's basement. That was surrender completely. That weren't you. That was someone else.
Yeah,
bro. And I reached out. I remember bumping into this girl. I won't mention her name. She's a beautiful person. She was 7 months sober when I bumped into her with my mum. I was buckled, and I went. She was drinking vodka to leave the house. because she was that bad. And I remember her doing that. And I used to judge her thinking she was bad when I was as bad as what I was. But she went, you need to go to the meetings. And this was a Monday. And I went to my first meeting on the Wednesday and I hadn't had a drink since.
We've all been in a situation when traveling where you get off the plane, open up your phone to check messages or maps, and you have no signal, no data, nothing. So then you're queuing at the airport for an overpriced SIM card and potentially getting scammed. Or even worse, you're using data roaming while you're away and getting hit with a massive bill when you get home. We've all been there, me included. Well, not anymore, thanks to Saily. Saily is a new eSIM service app. What that means is when you land, it connects you straight to the local network, so you can get internet immediately in over 200 destinations. You just download the app, choose your plan, install the eSIM once, and you're ready to go. And it's affordable. Plus, you can earn Saily credits back to use for your next time. So if you're traveling soon, this is one less thing to worry about. Download Saily in the App Store or by scanning the QR code on screen and use code MEND at checkout to get 15% off your first purchase. All the details are in the episode description. Life with my family, work and everything else can get a bit chaotic, but staying on top of my health is one thing I know that I can control. For me, it's about keeping it simple and consistent. That's where Vitals by Heights comes in. When I look at my diary, it's packed, right? With kids, the podcast, shows, everything else, it's easy to let my health slip down the priority list. But I've learned that staying consistent with the basics, like my daily health routine, keeps me going through the chaos. 2 small capsules each morning give me everything I need to stay energized, focused, and on top of my game. No complicated routines, no hassle. I need simplicity, and Vitals takes the guesswork out of maintaining my energy and performance. Whether heading for a full day's worth of On The Mend records or chasing after the kids, I know I've got the right fuel to keep up. If you want to make health simple and consistent like I have, click the link in our description and use code OTM20 to get 20% off your first month.
Bro, like, should have been dead.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm still here, mate. I don't know how my wife's still here. I don't know how I've still got kids. I don't know. But I thank God. I thank Jesus. I can't even explain. I can't even explain that. What, mate? My screaming kids, my wife, every single rock bottom, the counselling, the money, everything couldn't stop me drinking, but a voice did in my head.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah. It's really hard to face up to the fact that to change, we need to change, right? And like, it's like, and because like I did exactly the same as you. Like I went to drugs counselling off my head. You know, I sat there and talked to drugs counsellors, telling them everything that I think they wanted to hear. That I'm good, I'm all right, and I'm off my fucking nut.
You were doing it for others, not you.
I was doing it for others, you know, and like, and also I just didn't want to face the reality that actually I had to put the work in, and I had to do something.
Pure lip service.
You know, I was just pure lip service. The dawning moment for me was I realised I was going to be a terrible father. Right?
That was your rock bottom?
My rock bottom.
How? What had happened?
Well, I've been sober for about 4 months. Right, this is when I stopped drinking, and I went out on this one night out, and I had, I was filming a TV show at the time, and there was a rap party, and I was on the last episode, so I was only there for that one day.
I remember you told me this.
Yeah, and I went out there and I just got on it, right, and I ended up missing my wife's birthday, and they were all waiting for me in this restaurant. I missed them. I turned up at like 4 a.m. off my fucking head, right, and the next morning, and my wife came into me, and she didn't shout.
No, they don't. Yeah,
she didn't go off her head, which she has done in the past.
Yeah,
she looked at me with pure disgust, in a way, and like, but like a look that there was
never seen before,
which was pure kind of exhaustion at me, and it was just like, I knew, and she told me that basically I missed my daughter crawling for the first time last night. I realised then and there that I was going to be a terrible dad, right? Did your addiction stop you from being the dad that you wanted to be?
100%. I can't believe I've missed so much. I was there, I went there.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed so much, mate. I'm never going to get that back.
Yeah.
That's the guilt you have to go through.
Yeah.
So that's the stuff which I'm working on myself daily and making a living amends to them. But deep down, I'm gutted, mate.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to get rid of that. How can you?
I mean, I think when I think back to my my using and my drinking, I feel really guilty about certain things, but I think I feel most guilty about my kids because, you know, like even when I last relapsed, like I was using and you know, I kept it away from them, right? Because I was working away, so it was fine, it was good, but I didn't have to be.
No, not Matt.
I wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm away and I'm just dealing with this to be away.
Yeah.
I was choosing to go and do this, you know, like I was choosing this over them, you know, which is really...
I was in London 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
When I've been to London twice this month. Didn't need to be in London ever.
Yeah.
I had to leave. I had to go. I had to make lies. I had to tell her I had meetings. I had to get off the train, go straight to, you know, the bottom of St Pancras, there's that Wetherspoons. I was just sitting there all day.
Yeah.
Then make out I've had a bad day in meetings.
Yeah.
So I could get back in. I'm just going to have a couple when I get back. Already fucking gone.
Yeah.
And then get in at 1 o'clock. Like it was relentless. She was better off with me doing that.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why would she want this irritable mess at home, irritable, restless and discontent without anything in me? But then I knew that as soon as I picked up one, I couldn't be that dad anyway, because after the third one, I'm gone out the house and the door's left open anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I tried drinking at home, I couldn't.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
No, because they're going to see it.
Exactly, and there's only one way it's going to go.
Mate, I had to plan that because I knew the carnage, what was coming.
Yeah.
It was pre-planned assassination. Like I knew that, okay, if I want this drink now, I'm gonna have to write off today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just from one drink, because I know that I don't know where I'm going to be in the next 7 hours.
Yeah. Have you ever talked to your kids about addiction or?
I've made an amends. I've done a step 9 with my boy.
Really, mate?
I had to make an amends. My boy's 17.
Right.
My girl's 11 and 9, but when I come in there was 7 and 9. And my sponsor said to me that they're too young.
Yeah, they're too young, yeah.
But I did hurt them because some of the stuff my 11-year-old says to me now, and the panic, when I first went into recovery, when I was late home half hour, it would be the kids, where are you? You're not coming home again? Like, because I broke so much. We used to...
mate, they knew.
They knew, mate, the only person I was hurting at the time was me.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. They're fine. Fuck them. They got the money. They're fine. And it was that attitude. Fuck them.
Yeah.
That's how I felt like about them. It was like they...
I'm only hurting myself.
Bro, exactly. If you have my life, you drink as well. Just fucking leave me alone and take... Do you know what I mean? Just take all the stuff. Take what I'm bringing to this family. I'm bringing everything. Like, I just to put it on them. It was... Well, how are you not happy? We made 10 grand this week. Like, it was that. I'd tell my kids that.
Yeah.
Like, being nasty. How dare you try and stop me from living my life? Like, when they just wanted me. They wanted me to hug me or a school run.
Yeah.
Like, without me being irritable and trying not to fucking crash my car and shaking. And there must have been... It must have been so hard for them, like...
Yeah, man.
Especially my son.
How did your son take it when you talked to him about it?
Of course he forgave me, do you know what I mean? But there was stuff like, I remember that story of him coming up to me and he went, he was like 13 years old, and because I only see him twice a week, because I was from a previous relationship. And I've seen him twice a week since he was 14 months old. Like, I've always been there for him, like, but never there. He come up to me, he's like, Dad, and he never talked to me much, and he was like, every time I come around the house, you go out, is it me?
Oh, mate.
Bro.
Fucking mate.
And fuck.
Yeah, mate.
And
how grateful are you to be sober today, mate? Fucking hell.
He's doing his driving lessons today.
Is he?
And I see him this morning, yeah. And you're only hurting yourself, aren't you? That's what you feel like. And oh, mate, it wasn't even his fault. That still didn't stop me, Matt. I still went straight out.
Yeah.
When he was there. Like, it wasn't him, but I couldn't be at home.
Yeah.
Because I was just couldn't be that dad. How fucking can you sit and watch TV with us? No.
Yeah.
I'm fucking like out watching telly. Oh God, I can't fucking do it. I can't be in this body.
Yeah.
So sorry for crying.
Mate, you don't have to be sorry.
Every time, look, no matter how many times, I'll tell that story 20 years, it's going to do me.
Yeah.
Mate, because because you're in your kid's shoes, like, and my 11-year-old daughter, when she was 4 years old, when she was 4 years old, she brought this thing home from school. I've still got it home. And it's like, what does your mum say to you? Love you. What's your mum's favourite colour? Purple. What's your dad's favourite place? She put pub. She's 4 years old.
Right.
She's 11 now. So she must have known.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
How did she know I was going to the pub at that age?
Yeah.
But, mate, it's just a self-destruction.
It is, mate.
And as soon as you pick up a drink, it goes away. The feeling of the guilt goes away. And then it turns into, after 3 or 4 drinks, it turns into, oh, they're all right anyway. And then after about 8 or 9 drinks, it's fuck them. It turns nasty. It goes from like guilt to, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this, to, oh, it's okay, to fuck them. It was just that, it was weird. Like I had a resentment against them when they were just the most beautiful people in my life.
Well, it's an accountability, isn't it? And it's also like I feel like it's so interesting you say this, because I feel like it's just kids are a mirror, right?
Oh, mate,
they're a mirror for our behaviour. Sometimes the last thing we ever want to see is a mirror.
Oh, bro, I couldn't even look in one.
Yeah.
Who was that guy? I couldn't even stand him. I couldn't stand him. Like, I just want to hug him now, but I wanted to kill him. When I first went into recovery, I was like, if I bumped into myself, I'd kill him. But it weren't even his fault.
Yeah.
It weren't even his fault. I was just that scared young kid, mate.
Yeah, man.
Just changing the way I felt, because I never dealt with stuff and I didn't even know what to deal with.
Yeah.
Just
Are you learning to forgive that bloke now?
Mate, they kept telling me, like, the first person you've got to forgive when you walk in here is yourself. And I'm like, how the fuck can I forgive myself?
I found that really hard to hear.
Even after step 4.
Yeah.
Even after step 4 and 5, look, with my sponsor and that. Bro, there's still stuff that grinds me. The guilt is insane. Like you say about, I don't try and think about it as much when I think about how much I've missed. I was there for my kids' plays. I was there for the nativities. I was there, but I weren't there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't there. I was fucking watching my phone to see when I could leave this hall with all these kids and the noise and, oh my God, so I could just sit by myself and change the way I felt. Oh, wow. Yeah. People would give an arm and a leg, these poor couples who can't even have kids and that. I was such a piece of shit.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? But no, I am starting to forgive him because I'm helping others now.
Amazing, man.
And I totally believe all this has happened for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, you've talked about a 12-step program, which I think has been a massive part of my life, and it's something we don't talk about a lot on this podcast because we kind of tiptoe around it a little bit. But it has been, I can't express how much of a transformative experience that has been for my life, right? And
it's not me sitting here, mate.
Absolutely. It's changed me into a different person. And they say sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. Mine happened slowly. There was moments that were quick and moments that were slow and moments that have taken years to come to grips with. But I think a 12-step program has been, they call it a roadmap to normal living, and I think that is such a fucking interesting way of looking at it.
I wish normal people could do it.
I think everyone would get
it
something
would change
from it.
Everyone's life. If even the do you watch your Just for Today card?
No.
So we've got a bit of literature called the Just for Today card.
Oh yeah,
in our program, and even if people read that daily, it would change the way they are on a daily basis. That is a beautiful bit of literature, and I try and implement a tiny little bit in my life every day. It's hard to because there's so much of it, and it's hard to do.
Yeah.
But gratitude, like I now have gratitude in my life, Matt.
Yeah, man.
I write a gratitude list. I've written a gratitude list every day for 2 years and 3 months. Every day I've written 10 things I'm thankful for. At the beginning, it was so hard to write that list. But now it's so hard to write that list because I could put 50 things on it.
Yeah.
I start my morning with 5 things and I end my day with 5 things.
Yeah.
And to have gratitude is huge.
Mate, massive. I mean, we talk about it all the time on this.
Yeah,
it's the one thing that has been in my life for years and years and years, and it can transform because I can wake up on the wrong side of the bed.
Oh,
right?
mate,
I can
absolutely.
wake up and I'm that guy without a drink, right?
Oh,
and
God,
but I'm still him. He's still in me, right?
He is still there. Of course, he's still with me.
And the thing is that a gratitude list can change the way that I see the day.
Takes you completely out of self.
And sometimes we do that. Let's do one now. Like, sometimes we sit on the podcast and we do 3 things that we're grateful for today.
Yeah.
So Arron Crascall, I'm going to ask you for 3 things that you are grateful for today.
Waking up sober without dread.
Yes, mate. Without
Being
dread.
present for my family and actually wanting to be with them in the morning, and they're the first thought on my mind.
Yeah.
And opportunities like this.
Yeah, mate.
And being present in this room. I am not panicking in any way. I am completely with you, and I'm not thinking about anything else. I can sit with myself.
Yeah. Tiptoeing around 12-step programs. I think anyone's listening to this might not even know what 12-step program is.
Yeah.
Right, and there's certain associations which have something which is called a 12-step program. And if you want to know more about it, I suggest you just Google it.
Oh, please.
Right, and you will see what a 12-step program is. I think when I looked at the 12 steps, I was terrified of them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely terrified of them. Because I did everything I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and it was all about looking at me.
Yes.
You know, and going, right, okay, what is this about?
Of course.
You know, and there's certain things that I just didn't want to do. I'm really good at projecting. I'm really good at fucking swerving things. I'm really good at lying. Really fucking good
You're
at lying.
an addict, bruv.
You know, and I like.
You're the best.
Now, I'm terrible at lie. Like, if I tell a lie,
I can't.
it physically
I
makes
have
me
to be
feel
honest.
awful. And I'm like to the point where my wife's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
You had an extra biscuit, chill the fuck out. You know, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be so honest.
I love
but
that.
I do, right? When you looked at the 12, when you looked at
lovely.
the 12 steps, what was the one glaring one that scared you the most?
Step 4.
Step 4. Everyone says that.
100%.
Yeah.
Step
Step
4.
4 was terrifying.
Step 4 was
Right.
incredibly terrifying. And
Yeah.
once I started, it took me 11 months to write my step 4 because I was fearless and thorough. But the step 4, can we explain what step 4 is?
Please do.
Okay, so step 4 is writing down every resentment you've ever had towards anything, any business or yourself. So I had about 300 and something names on my step 4. From every resentment. So I did my resentments from 0 to 10 years old, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30, 40. So I went through my whole life looking back at, okay, what are these resentments? There's some big names on there. Do you know what I mean? From my childhood, there's some family members, there's best friends, there's anything, there's businesses, there's jobs, there's bosses, there's every resentment I've ever had, what I can think of by going through this fearless and thorough, I writ down.
What will you thank yourself for in 6 months? Let's make sure it's your health. On this show, we talk a lot about moving forward one step at a time. We're not about being perfect, but trying to be more intentional with the choices we make. And that has to include your health. I like the idea that small choices I make now can make a huge difference later on. That's why I've partnered with Randox Health. I recently took their Everyman Health Assessment, which looks at 150 different health markers like nutrition, hormones, heart, liver and kidney health to give you a clear picture of how your body is really doing. If, like me, you're often short on time, it's great that there's no GP referral needed. You simply sign up online, go visit one of their local clinics in the UK and Ireland, and you get your results in the Randox Health app within 2 hours of your sample reaching their labs. Repeat testing is even included after 6 months, so you can track your progress over time. They also offer an Every Woman Health Assessment designed specifically around women's health. Take care of your health today and into the future. You can save 20% on all health checks now with the code OTM20 at randoxhealth.com.
But also, I writ down effects, which is it affected my personal relationship with them, my self-esteem, my this, my that. But then also my defects. So you find out what defects of character are. So self-pity, which was running right in my life and still is now, little tiny bits every now and again. Self-centeredness, pride, jealousy, lust, oh my goodness, greed. You look at all this. So when you write that resentment down of that person, the reason for their resentment, they called me this in school and it humiliated me. It affected my personal relationship with them. But in the defects, you've got to write down, I was arrogant. I weren't thinking about how they were feeling. Plus, you've got to write down dishonesty because I've made people feel shit by calling them names. How can I have a resentment towards someone when I've done the same to someone else? So that resentment's gone. It's gone. And I've been drinking on resentments for 30 years thinking, fucking blah. But I played a part in that. I'm 70% of that problem. So how can I have a resentment?
Mate, how
See what I mean?
beautiful. Do you know what I mean? And the resentment's gone.
Yes.
Like, and some of
In
these
step
things,
5.
some of these things I have formed who I am. In a way, there's one resentment, right, which is I don't get too into details.
No, you're fine.
It's a member of family, right? And and their name was on everything. Everything. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is the reason for every bad thing about me. And then now that is gone from my life, right? I have no resentment towards them anymore.
Yep.
You know, and that is the most freeing thing in
How
my
much
life.
did you play in that resentment?
It informed most decisions of my daily life. Literally, like everything.
It's insane.
Like, it was the reason I picked up, the reason I drank, the reason I blamed everything, the reason I didn't do certain things, the reason I didn't achieve, the reason, all these things, right? And actually, it's completely gone now, which is the most freeing, beautiful
That's
thing
what
in
we're
life.
talking about. That's
Yeah.
the freedom in this stuff. You haven't got to change the way you feel anymore because you're starting to find a bridge to normal living. You're starting to find out who Arron is, and you're starting to find out your past, where the ego crept in. The self-pity was horrendous. Why does he have that? Why can't I have that? Oh, for God's sake, my life's so rubbish. Why can't I have? But I've got this, but I want that because that's better. Oh God, my life. Self-pity was horrendous.
Yeah.
But it was just self, my pride, my self-centeredness, my arrogance towards people, my dishonesty was insane.
Yeah.
Like my greed, my lust, lust was huge in my life. Like, wow, it was massive. Jealousy, oh my God. Like, I was jealous of everything, because of my self-pity. Like, it was just all wrapping around, but you get to know this. And looking back, when you sit with your sponsor and you go through step 5 and you tell them all this, you tell another human being the absolute worst things about you. And what really stopped me and what really hurt me the most was writing the resentments about myself. I did an A4 pad about me. Arron, the reason this. Arron, the reason. When I saw these things in black and white, it scared the hell out of me. And I was a bit of a lip service to my sponsor. Yeah, I'm doing it. But I wasn't. Because I'd go, and I'd take the pen away from the pad, like, I'll do it tomorrow. Procrastination straight away. But once I started doing the work, it started lifting off me.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm taking others through it now, because I'm trying to give them guidance and saying, look, you have to be fearless and thorough. You have to put the action in, because I will be able to tell. You can tell if someone's not being sober.
Yeah.
You can tell if they're being dry. Do you know what I mean? If they're a dry drunk. A dry drunk is someone who is sober, who's not doing the work, but knows they can't drink, so they're stuck in the middle. And they say that's going to be the jumping off point. Do you know what I mean? If you can't live with yourself, do the work.
Well, it's living in misery without your drug of choice. It's like this.
White knuckling life, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. If you could pass on one message to the struggling alcoholic, struggling addict, what would that message be?
Be honest. Go and tell your family member. If you can't tell a family member, tell a friend. If you can't tell them, you need to do I'll speak for myself. I got to the point where I didn't know what to do anymore, so I reached out. I got the number of a 12-step organisation, and I had to go. You have to surrender. You have to have acceptance. At the end of the day, if you're still wondering if you've got a problem, if you're an alcoholic or an addict or a drug addict, and you've been in this position so many times in the past, and you've tried every single thing to get well, but you're always in the same position. Have acceptance of the fact that you probably are an addict and you're probably an alcoholic. Like, you have acceptance, and then have that surrender and just go and get help. Please reach out to a family member or a friend. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever do, but the most beautiful thing you ever do. Trust me. Like, I just wish I could bottle up recovery and then sell it as a drink.
Yeah.
And let people either smell it like a perfume or drink it and just get a tiny bit of hope. Because a 12-step program and the fellowship and the meetings are just, it is beyond words. It's beyond words.
When I think back about sobriety, right, and being in active addiction, the thought of being sober terrified me.
Oh,
right,
God,
the thought of
that.
doing life without anything was just too much to comprehend.
I didn't know how
Whereas
to.
now, the thought of ever having a drink or a drug again is terrifying.
But I know it's there.
So I know it's there, and I have to live cautiously of that. But I don't.
It's tiring, doesn't it? Sometimes.
Well, yes and no. You know, like, I mean, I for a few years, it was tiring. Now I'm I'm reminded enough to say clean and
I'm only
sober
2
to
years
stay
in. I've got like so much to learn.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. But you're
Yeah.
doing fucking great. So give yourself a
thank
fucking
you,
pat on the
bro.
back. You know, but I promise you that little voice to drink will go. You know, and it will not be there anymore. And like sometimes I still get that, right? Very rarely, but like in the
Do you
summer,
ever get the
I
feeling, an overwhelming feeling of, oh, it's such a shame. Say if you're at a do, or you're out with your mates at a party, or you're in Emirates somewhere and there's lots of people drinking around you and it's a fucking great time. You can see that it would have been perfect. I get this overwhelming feeling sometimes of, oh, it's such a shame I can't join in.
Yeah, I get a feeling like, why'd you have to fuck it up? Yeah.
I went to Arsenal yesterday.
Yeah.
I was with my boys yesterday at Arsenal. We went to the Gunners pub and I remember a split second I was in there and everyone was going, it was the perfect environment, right?
Yeah.
The carnage, I could see it coming. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But in a way, it went to me, it's such a shame, Arron. And I remember looking at my mate and I'm thinking, but he's not drinking how I want to drink. Because he had a pint in his hand and it was 4:75 and he was having a chat. And I was like, drink your fucking drink. In my head, it was going to him, it was going, drink your drink. Like, how can you not be drinking your drink? How would you, like, what, bruv? And it just, this thing takes over my head, this horrible little twat.
Well, absolutely, I know exactly what you mean.
And he's horrid. And he just, and he sometimes tells me, yeah, but surely you're all right now. Like you know the dangers. You've done this. You're in the 12-step program. You've seen people's stories. You know you weren't as bad as some of them. So I've got a lot of yets because I wasn't morning drinking. I didn't get nicked. I haven't lost my family. It was all coming. It was all yets.
Yeah.
So, but he tells me, I think you'll be all right. Like I sometimes question it. I question my sobriety, thinking, am I really an alcoholic?
Yeah.
And my 11th month of sobriety was my hardest month.
Really?
Because I really honestly convinced myself I wasn't an alcoholic and I was a fraud.
Yeah.
It was so strange. Then all of a sudden, step one started really coming in my life.
Yeah.
And I got acceptance fully on step one after 11 months.
Yeah.
When I thought I had it from the beginning.
Absolutely, yeah.
I was powerless over this and my life had become unmanageable.
Yeah.
Mate, I wasn't just powerless over alcohol. I was powerless over the thought of alcohol.
Yeah.
So I would be sitting here now and think, oh, this has been fantastic. I'm going to have a drink after this. Nothing else will matter.
Absolutely not.
If I've got stuff to do tonight with my missus and my kids, it's already gone and I haven't even picked up yet.
Yeah.
That thought is not going to go away until I put it to my lips.
Yeah.
No way.
Right.
My mind had become unmanageable as well as my life. So step one is perfect.
Absolutely.
I've got complete acceptance. So now when it tells me it's a shame, I now thank God and I have gratitude for a fast forward button what's been given to me. Because now I go, it's such a shame that I'm not drinking with all these, but they're going to go home for dinner tonight with their wife and they're going to go to work tomorrow. I'm not going to go home.
Yeah.
So I now know that I'm already better off without a drink.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Your career, right, it kicked off with kind of public stunts, right?
Yes.
And you became famous very quickly, I feel like. You know, like it was like, I mean,
Literally a year.
by the way, I mean, I've just told you before we started shooting, but you're a big hit in our house.
That's mental.
A massive, massive hit. We have watched you so much. And
That's
me
mental,
and my
mate.
kids, especially in lockdown, used to watch you all the time, dude. We used to go back and watch older videos and older videos.
How old are they now?
My eldest is 16, my son's 14, my little one's 9. But it used to be a
Perfect.
thing. Like we used to be in my house and they go, can we put Arron on?
Oh,
just cheer us
mate,
up.
that
It used
is
to be
just
the funniest
beautiful.
thing. You being on the phone, you know, saying stuff out loud was the funniest shit. Like we loved it so much. Thank you for those. 'Cause
No problem.
They really helped us in lockdown.
Yeah,
They were-
amazing.
sometimes when you need a bit of joy, your videos really did
Lockdown
that
was
for
my
us.
worst time.
Really? Oh, mate.
Yeah,
you were
I
giving us a
really
lot.
found my
Really?
niche.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I really found that.
Yeah. Do you think that fame added to your addiction?
It wasn't just the fame; it was the fact that I was self-employed and I had dough.
Yeah.
I already had a problem, but when I figured out, okay, I can drink on my own and I'm okay. I'm my own best drinking partner.
Yeah.
And using partner, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And the fame was good for ego. So it used to really give me a lift because my low self-esteem is horrendous. Like I'll wake up in the morning, but as soon as I get to London and 1,000 people have told me how great I am, it's fine. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting selfies. Celebrities are coming up to me going, "What the hell, like Arron?" I'm like, oh my God, they just said hello to me. Like, I'm sniffing with rock stars. Like, when that happened, the fame was just, it gave me opportunities, put it that way, to really express myself in addiction.
Yeah. But your head was all over the place.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, can we just watch, mind if we watch one of your videos? Of
course.
Is that all right?
High five!
High five. That was Prime
Quick,
Peacocks in Dover.
Run out, quick! Yes! The next door neighbour's dog. It's in the boot of my car. Please, I'm scared.
I can't be that guy. Look, these are the first ones. Yeah. These are the first ones.
How should I greet people?
Mia.
Oh, mate.
She's nearly 12.
Please let me off, all right?
Don't worry about it.
Oh my God, Matt.
There's a car down there illegally parked.
See you later.
See you later.
See you later.
That's when it was fun. Like,
As a result, it does take quite a... Go on.
round the back of Rooks. These are funny.
Not many explosions.
Tracy.
Disgusting.
Oh, the owl in the pet shop.
Hey! Hey!
I was doing stitches then.
I've got the stuff. I've got the money.
Like, we were, like, that's big now, stitching.
You were doing stitching back then?
Yeah, I was stitching back then, 2014.
How do I do it?
London, this is when I first come. This is my first meetings. This is like 2015. And our office is around the corner, Mortimer Street.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a
Wow.
lovely fountain down there. You can get a lovely picture.
Look at the blue shirt. That's my William Hill shirt.
Is it really?
I'm still in William Hill. Look at my blue
I
shirt.
think I've sold myself.
I mean,
I was still working at William Hill.
What's that like to watch him?
He was trying.
Yeah.
He was so trying. He knew it was going to be something was going to happen. I knew. He.
I mean, you're the first person I ever saw do anything like that.
Yeah.
Right. That kind of like publicly kind of doing this stuff and with the camera like this.
2014.
2014.
12
Before
years
everyone.
ago.
It was like, it was, and I remember watching these videos going, that is fucking outrageous and hilarious.
mate.
You know?
And starting to come back in. Starting to happen again. Like the
Really?
public stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I done it the other month and I've been really fearful around it. Like, because I'm not
Really?
using.
Yeah.
I'm not. But then I wasn't using. Like that there was pure drive.
Really?
Because I knew that I didn't want to be in this William Hill job. I knew something was destined for me. I knew that if I could just, and that was changing the way I felt.
Yeah.
Doing this stuff and getting these reactions and feeling uncomfortable was changing me.
Right.
So
Wow.
I'm putting two and two together now. Like that there was pure dopamine for me.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, right, is when you think about it, addicts like to hide, right? But you were putting yourself out there.
Oh God.
You know, so like you had a public face of putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
but internally you're hiding who you are.
Oh mate.
You know, so that's such a crazy kind of headspace. to
Absolutely.
be.
I was messed. I was messed.
How does it feel now, right? Looking back at your career, looking back at your life, and like knowing you've turned stuff around, right? Because like for me, right, I can only talk from my personal experience that it took me a long time to look back at myself with love, right? Because I hated this.
I'm getting
version
there,
of
bro.
myself. You know, but now I can look back and go, I did some bad shit. I did some horrible, hurtful things, and I treated people badly, and I behaved in a way that I'm not proud of, but I was not well. But now I can look back at myself with love, right, and go, do you know what? I was not well, and that's okay. And now I am proud of where I am right now.
Yeah.
You know, are you there?
No.
Right.
I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Yeah.
I have moments of that and more moments than not,
Yeah.
but I'm still picking up the past
Yeah.
when it should be gone.
Yeah.
But there's stuff I did.
It will come, mate.
I know.
It will come
I'm
because
really.
mine took 10 years, you know,
There you
and really like, and I had a relapse in the middle of that as well. But like now, honestly, mate, it will come because, you know, you're a fucking good bloke, mate.
Thank you,
And
brother.
you're doing good things and I
Thank you.
appreciate you.
I love you, mate. Honestly.
Before you go, right, we do something on the Mend called Music to Men By. I know you're a big music fan.
Yes.
And, you know, so we look back at some songs and we find one song that resonates with your inner child, right? So that can be any song of your picking. You know, it could be a new song, it could be an old song, it could be a song that reminds you of being a kid, it could be anything, but a song that resonates with your inner child.
There was a tune and it used to go, Spaceman, I always wanted you to go into space. That's the worst time of my life.
Really, mate?
I cannot listen to that song. That is when I wanted to end it when I was 13.
Fucking hell,
I
mate.
heard that song. And I must have just heard it. It was on top of the pops. It was massive at the time.
Yeah.
So it kind of it wasn't because of that song.
Yeah.
It was just everywhere at the time.
Yeah.
So it always reminds me of that. Whenever I hear that song, I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that's the moment.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
one of the songs. But also on a nice note, can I do 2 songs?
You can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna pick Oasis, man. I remember my dad coming home and he was going, "You gotta roll with it," and I was like, he's been to the pub on a Sunday. So he never did that. And I was
Yeah.
like, what is that? He's like, oh, this new band called Oasis. And I was like, I think it was like 94 or whenever it was. And I remember that. I remember listening to Oasis and being like, this is what I want to listen to for the rest of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I wanna
And
be in
then
that
Blur
gang.
come along in whenever it was, 96, 97. And then I was Blur.
Yeah.
And then I was Blur and Oasis, and I had the Liam Gallagher trench coats, but I'd also wear like the Adidas trainers like Damon and the cargo pants. Like I was in between.
Yeah, love it.
I didn't
was
wanna-
a fan of both as well.
Yeah, of
Controversially,
course,
absolutely.
man.
I loved it all, mate. I loved
It
it
was
all.
all Blur, Oasis,
Yeah.
both.
Both. I
Fucking
love
genius
everything.
bands.
Yeah,
Like they're amazing.
absolutely. Yeah.
Got to mention "Don't Let It Go to Waste," man.
Yeah. Oh,
I spoke to you about this, mate. Your song, "Don't Let It Go to Waste," is absolutely huge. It was only I remember because I was coming up to doing this week, right? So I'm here now. But it must have been like midweek last week. I had the Smiths, "Stop Me, oh, stop me." Then you come on
Yeah.
in my car, and I thought, shit, I'm doing this thing with Matt next week. And then it was Placebo after that.
Oh,
So you
mate,
was in
that is-
between Smiths and Placebo, mate. So you've won in life.
Oh, thank you very much.
What
mate.
a
Thanks,
tune,
mate.
though, bro.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. I remember we were saying earlier on, but I can look back at that now with some pride for that.
You can.
Because it was a long time coming, because I used to look back and really feel sad about that moment in my life. But now I don't. I have forgiveness,
You have.
which is nice. So next one is In Music to Men By, is a song that resonates with who you are right now. So it can be a song that you're loving at the moment. It can be a song that kind of makes you feel about where you are in your life right now.
I'm going to say Sam Fender and Spit of You. Because that song, when I first got into recovery, mate, I heard that song and it just reminded me of my dad. And now it was a sad song and now it's a really good song. And I had it on in the car just when I was coming here today. I had Sam Fender on in the car coming here today and I listened to it and I don't feel bad anymore. I feel good. And I love that song and it's such a happy song for me now.
Oh, mate, I'm pleased.
Yeah, Spit of You, Sam Fender.
Love it.
What an absolute banger.
Arron Crascall, thank you so much for coming on, mate.
Mate.
Before you go,
Sorry for crying.
mate, it's beautiful. We're here for everything, mate. We're
Yeah,
here for
man,
everything.
that really hit me today, and I've
Yeah,
never
man.
really hit me today.
Mate.
Because I'm sitting with
powerful
you, I want to say thank you to you as well because you give me so much inspiration to get well. You was trying to help me at the beginning. I remember looking back at the messages, and I was in denial. I was saying to you that I was doing well, but I really wasn't. And yeah, thank you for this opportunity of being here now. Like, I didn't think I'd ever be here. I didn't think I'd ever have an opportunity like this and to help others and to sit with you and get knowledge from you, like telling me your story. And it's inspirational, mate, honestly. And thank
mate,
you, brother.
mate, thank you for coming on. Massively appreciate it.
No worries, man.
If you got a message to anybody out there who's struggling, what would it be?
Surrender and honesty.
Yeah.
Surrender to yourself, accept what you are. Because you know, you're in this position. You've been in this position how many times? So make it the last. Get honest and get help.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The best time to stop is always now.
Always.
Once again, please follow us wherever you are watching or listening. Press like, subscribe, do all that stuff. It really helps the podcast, and the more we can kind of get this message out, the better. So if you know someone who's struggling, pass this on. You know, this conversation could be just what someone needs to hear. That's what I love a lot about hearing from you guys, is that you're passing this on to people and people are getting this message out. So I really appreciate that. Once again, we love hearing from you. So please comment, let us know what you're liking, what you think we should be doing. If you think we should interview anybody or get someone on, please let us know. We love all that. Thank you so much for listening. Once again, if you or someone you know is struggling, you're not alone. We're going to list some very trusted resources in the show notes. Go check them out. Thank you very much. Arron Crascall, everyone.
Thank you.